Hey friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. Today our stories are out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Let's begin. Our first story is posted by Special Sea Cucumber. Entitled Mom accuses me of showing off because her kids are slower in school. So this happened back when I was 13 or 14. I was homeschooled and did the same curriculum as another family, so we did stuff together. I want to make it clear that EK1 and EK2 aren't stupid. They were just a little behind me academically. Now I was friends with the two girls I was doing math with. We were doing pre-algebra. Now after years of Kuman, I could do pre-algebra in my sleep. So I was thinking this shouldn't be so hard, just a refresher. So EM decides that all three of us were going to do the same lessons together. I was forced to watch a math video on a topic I already understood, so I zoned out until it came time to do the work. Once I finished the first 2 days of math, it became apparent that these girls were going to move at a slower pace. I, already knowing the material, wanted to move faster. I decided I was going to do math on my own. I never watched the videos and finished a year of class in 4 months. I mentioned that I finished my pre-algebra book. EM decided I was bragging and that I was showing off. I was a bit confused as she already knew that my math skills were beyond Algebra 1. I brushed off her comments and started my algebra book. This took me longer because I had to learn new methods, but that was fine with me until EM's girls started algebra. I was quite far ahead in the book and EM wasn't happy. She then started talking about how I was pushing myself to look better than her girls. EK1 and EK2 were struggling with the material and it took EK2 1 year to finish and EK1 almost 2 years. By this point, I was fed up with her berating me for being good at math. By the time EK1 finishes Algebra 1, I have already done geometry and am on Algebra 2. After all of this, I switched to an online school, only taking a few classes at first, happy that I could move at my own pace and be free of EM. Well, EK1 started Spanish about 2 weeks before me. I managed to finish a month before her, and EM was steamy. I asked how EK1 was doing because I was curious, like usual. EM says to me, "I'm not going to tell you because EK1 thinks you're trying to compete with her. School isn't all about competition, you know." I was shocked. EK1 was my friend, and it wasn't a competition to me. Again, I'm forced to start another course with EK1, EK2, and EM, much to my dismay. This time, it was chemistry, and EM was teaching. EM knew nothing about teaching chemistry, and I was really struggling. I decided to take it online and finished about 6 months ahead of the EKs. That was with restarting the course. EM was furious and kept giving me death glares and was all, "You think you're so smart. How dare you act smarter than EK1 and EK2. I no longer talk to these people and am so happy. I'm in my second year of college, on track to get my master's degree by the time I'm 23. I'm incredibly intelligent and took great offense to being accused of trying to look better than EM's girls. If I had followed EM's chosen pace, I would have graduated high school this year. Every time I see EM, she gives me a death glare and stalks away. Too long didn't read. EM tries to force me down to her kid's academic level and gets mad when I want to reach my full potential. It sounds like EM was the one who made the whole competition up, just because you're a fast learner. Anyway, on to the next story. Our next story is by Marwal. Let's change the rules put in place for kids' safety just for my convenience. This isn't my story, this is one of my colleagues, but I witnessed it and I thought you guys might enjoy it. As a tradition in this sub, English isn't my first language, and while I work at a school, I'm not an English teacher, so there's going to be mistakes. Sorry. A bit of context about the French school system. I work at a middle school in France. Here, free periods, or study periods, are spattered across the students' timetable. When they are lucky, those free periods are first thing in the morning, or last thing in the afternoon. If the free period is in between 2 classes, they have to go to the study room or the library. The parents have the option to authorize their kids to come in later or sooner if they have free periods. If parents authorize them, kids are free to go in and out. We only check if they indeed have a free period and if they are authorized. If they aren't authorized, they have to go to the study room or the library, and they can only come in at 8 and go out at 4:30 until the parents come in and physically sign in. Also, when a teacher is out for a short period of time, we do not have substitutes. The kids have another study period instead. The same rule about free periods apply. Another point, la vie scolaire literally translates to school life. One particularity of French secondary schools is that discipline and student management isn't the only responsibility of the teachers. Their staff is called AED. They have the responsibility to watch over the kids and help them during study time, as well as watch them in the playground during recess, manage attendance, authorizations, and over things like that, and answer whatever questions kids and their parents have about their school, schedule, life, etc. Finally, students can't use their phones inside school, and we adults can only use them when kids can't see, because our principle is huge on teaching by example. Now to the story. I was in the La Vie Scolaire office working on one of the computers that was glitching. One of the phones rings at 11:30 a.m. One of the AED answers. She puts it on speakerphone because she likes to have witnesses. AED. Name, middle school. This is her name, speaking. How can I help you? EM. The sports teacher is absent, so my kid doesn't have any class this afternoon. I want her to get out at 12. AED checks the kid's file on the computer. However, not only is she not authorized, but she's also enrolled to eat at the school's cafeteria every day. We also do attendance there. AED. You need to come and sign in. EM. But I'm at work. Can you just let her go? AED. No, she'll be able to get out of school at the end of the day, 4:30. EM. She'll be bored for 3 periods. Can't you really just let her go? AED. I'm sorry, but we can't do that. A parent or legal guardian needs to come in and sign in. Or you can send someone with a letter signed by you authorizing them to take your kids. EM. This is BS. This is my daughter. I want her to get out at 12. You let her get out. AED. We really can't do that. This is for your daughter's safety. You wouldn't want us to let her go without you knowing, or with a stranger. But I'm telling you to let her go. What kind of BS school are you who keeps the kids as prisoners? EM. AED. The kind of school who cares about your kid's safety. On the phone, I don't have any way to tell that you're truly her mother. You could be anyone, including an older sibling or her friend. EM. Oh, if you choose to see only negative things, not all people are evil and out to steal and eat your children, you know. She was very condescending with this one. AED. Anyway, I don't make the rules. You either come in and sign your kid out, or the kid gets study time with us. AED peruses the kid's grades. That could only really be beneficial to her. EM. I won't leave work every time my kid has a free period. I am working. AED. You can sign in the morning or on the day before. Whatever. It doesn't have to be at the moment, or you can do it in advance. Then you can authorize your kid and she can come and go as she pleases. EM. No, I don't want her to go out without me knowing. Only when I say so. AED. Look, I already told you how it works. There's no more I can do. EM. I'm coming, but I will have a talk with the principal and things will change here. AED. Good luck with that. And I have to tell you, since you called in so late, you'll have to pay for your daughter's lunch anyway. Have a good day. And she hangs up. I was disappointed. I wanted to hear the reaction about that one. That happened on Friday. She didn't have a talk with the principal, and things won't change. It was already like that when I was in middle school 20 years ago. As far as I'm aware, it's a national thing. Unless she managed to talk and convince the Minister of Education, I don't think she'll be successful in changing the rules put into place for the safety of the students. I don't think the school's policy is unreasonable. I think it's very reasonable. But I mean, this woman is just kind of, if her kid got snatched from school, she would be screaming and crying about how, the school was negligent and all of that stuff. Well, the school is covering their butts and protecting protecting the students. Anyway, on to the next story. This story is by Built Like a PT Cruiser. Crazy lady demands other people's children follow her own rules in our house. This isn't a long and exciting story, but at least it's true, and I'll write it out exactly how I remember it. When I was a kid, my mom had this massive bee of a friend who my siblings and I lovingly called Melissa Poop Pants because she once got so drunk at a family barbecue that she crapped her pants. It's a dumb nickname, but we were little kids, so it was funny. So one day, my parents had a family get-together for 4th of July or another holiday, I think, and they invite a couple of friends, including Poop Pants. Growing up, my parents never bought us any sweets or sodas unless it was a special occasion, and this was a special occasion, so we had a couple of cases of soda in the house. My relatives were the same about soda because it's a Mormon norm, so every kid in the house took advantage of the soda. Apparently, Poop Pants had a strict rule for her daughter and refused to ever let her drink soda, no matter what, so she was left out. Poop Pants came into the kitchen and snatched my 7-year-old sister's soda can out of her hand and dumped it down the sink in front of her while chastising her. Because, if my daughter can't have any, then you can't drink it in front of her. She spat out the whole lecture that I can't fully remember, but I do remember that she only singled out my sister for some reason and made her cry. My sister, of course, went and told my mom, and she was furious. She yelled and argued with Poop Pants until she finally just told her to leave and never talk to her again. My mother blocked her on everything and ended their friendship because this was the final straw of her BS. She's done much worse in the past, but this is the only entitled parent moment of hers that I actually witnessed. Wow, never letting your daughter drink soda? I can guarantee you that girl is probably drinking soda right behind her mom's back, because if everybody else is doing it, if her friends are drinking soda at the mall, guess who else is going to be drinking soda at the mall? Telling them you can't have it ever is just going to make them want to do it behind your back. Anyway, on to our final story. Our final post is by Back on the Map. Buildabear EM tries to bully my 5-year-old. Back in 2002, Buildabear had a wildlife fund collection. My son was tiny for his age, 5 years old, had a snow leopard who had accompanied us to Build-A-Bear one day. A woman walked up to him and said, "Oh, that's rare," and tried to get him to give it to her. He said no, and when we saw, we intervened, and she said she was going to pay him for it. We told her off for trying to take a toy out of a kid's hands. She walked away mumbling about what greedy jerks we were. Edit, spelling and a word. Some people have no shame. If OP didn't actually see what had happened, I'm willing to bet that Karen would have actually been successful in stealing that toy from OP's little boy. Well, I'm glad that it didn't actually happen. I'm glad that Karen got caught. That's all the stories I have for today. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded new content. Head over to Reddit and drop a upvote for the OPs. Links to the original Reddit posts are in the description box below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.